पंछी भोर 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 भई.
My ears are going to blast.
Okay,
so
guys, we are in Varanasi.
Banaras.
We can like keep fighting about this.
Yeah,
and,
but like I think
and
it's
soon
Banaras.
we'll tell you what's the difference between Banaras and Varanasi. But right now we're in an e-rickshaw.
Okay, coming to the fact that why are we here?
We are here to learn about Banaras. I feel like we've done what Milan, Copenhagen together, and while we were on those journeys, we realized there's so much about India that we haven't explored. The architecture, the culture, the food, the people, the noise, and yeah, come along with us.
By the time you leave this place, I'll make sure you say Banaras.
We wanted our first stop to be the source, the heart of Banarasi craft. So we found ourselves inside a weaving workshop tucked away in this tiny lane.
And that's where we met Mr. Hasin Mohammed.
हम तो समझिए कि इस लाइन में करीब 1976 से करते आ रहे हैं. अब बाकी हमारी फैमिली तो समझिए कि 18th सेंचुरी के पहले से चला आ रहा है हमारे यहाँ ये काम.
बाना इसी को बोलते हैं. ये ताना है, ये बाना है. एक साड़ी बनाने में कम से कम 20 दिन लग जाता है. 20-25 दिन लग जाता है.
What moved us most was the intimacy of the space. Their home was on the first floor and the loom sat below. Life literally moves to the rhythm of weaving here.
And while most people think that Banarasi weaving is just brocade, but it's actually a whole ecosystem, shaped by over 1,000 years of migrations, kingdoms, and a cultural exchange.
Historically, the craft grew during the Mughal era, especially under Akbar, when Persian designs like buttas, jals came to India. But Banaras didn't copy it, it just absorbed it. Local Hindu motifs mixed with Persian florals, Buddhist symbols blended with geometric patterns, and slowly a uniquely Banarasi identity emerged.
So, along with design and craft and art and everything, the food, what about the food? The food over here runs like a timetable.
So I think in the morning it's like 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. It's kachori, jalebi, kullad chai, all of that. There's no one local cuisine. These are all flavors from different cultures because people traveled into Banaras and stayed. So here, you know how they say that Banaras ke nashte are to be enjoyed with your friends, and this is a form of sharing culture, inviting somebody home, just spending that little time together.
So, we're here at Kachori Lane.
No, we're here at the Kachori Gali.
Okay, got it.
And this is the Hing Kachori, which is really famous here.
Oh my God, this is very nice.
This is bati, and this is called the chokha,
With some nice and hot kheer, which I'm not gonna have because it's not vegan. But that means I get to have that. Katoris of kheer. Oh my God, this is great.
in Banaras, architecture and design, you know how it's not curated, but it's accumulated.
Exactly. So you see how the different architectural styles are so layered here. Because people kept coming to the city and settling down, and with them, just the architecture got very layered. So the Nagara style, the Mughal style, the Rajputana style, everything has just got mishmashed.
Banaras doesn't erase the past, it builds over it, then over that, and then a little more over that.
And it's beautiful in its chaos.
It's a great juxtaposition.
Exactly.
All put
Exactly.
together.
When we were walking the streets, I looked at the doors and they were full of stories. They were so different.
They were beautiful. There were these few doors that were pre-1950s. They were made out of teak wood.
And then there were these side frames which are hand painted.
Yeah.
Some in wood, some in metal.
Beautiful colors. Each door told us exactly who lived inside. Families preserving heritage, families reinventing it, holding on to what they can, and families starting afresh. Banaras is mismatched, it's layered, it's honest, and somehow it all fits. Just like us. And finally, Kumpal said Banaras. First came the temples,
Then the people.
and then the lanes.
And which is why they refer to these lanes as Bankati or now Pakka Mahal gullies.
And do you know that all the galia of Banaras are so thin? The width of each gully is about 1.5 to about 2.5 meters only.
And these exact gullies are the way they are and shield the people from the harsh sun. And also surprisingly, you remember we were just standing in this gully and it was so breezy. It brings in the beautiful breeze from the Ganga into the corridor. So, ghats here aren't frozen for tourists, and that's something that I found so amazing. They basically keep changing their use by the hour for the people who inhabit the city.
बनारस का क्या है ना, बनारस इज वर्ल्ड्स ओल्डेस्ट कंटिन्यूस लिविंग सिटी. इसको कभी वीरान नहीं छोड़ा. ये रोज़ बदलता है पर अपनी कभी भी असली पहचान से जुदा नहीं होता. दैट्स व्हाट बनारस इज. It's chaotic, but the moment you start feeling the every layer of the city, it's so beautiful. वो निखर के बाहर आता है.
Somewhere between the weaving, the food, the architecture, we realized how much life this city holds. Not polished life, but real life. Raw, imperfect, absolutely beautiful. Something that I would say that we take away is like how the Ganga just flows, or where the city just flows.
Yeah, it's like there's this organic form in which just everything is just passing by. Even when we were documenting through the day, right, nobody was bothered.
Yeah, they were just flowing.
They were just flowing around us.
So Banaras doesn't just preserve its past.
It folds all of this into its daily, and I think maybe that is why it is still here and it is always flowing.
Traveling together as friends, as designers, as two people trying to understand India's deeper stories, it changes how we see everything.
I'm Kumpal,
And I'm Noreen, and we're here
decoding our lives
in design and friendship. This is chapter 57, where cities talk and we learn to listen.